Oh, hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? On this October 13th, I'm gonna get right to the point. After 5 years of being injured, tortured, medically blacklisted, seriously skull deformed, going through full physical identity theft, the lies, the time buying, the cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrests, the kidnapping, sex assaults, extortions, medical treatment refusals, false arrests through the hospitals, discriminations again, treatment refusals again, file falsification, giving CAT scans away, giving me fake ones, human trafficking, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, cops who are guilty of injured torturing, false arresting to get pictures, print signatures, kidnapping, blood and piss forcing, who are sex slave traffickers and guilty of tortures and murders, drug trafficking. O.p.p, ex-chief or commander, year 2019. He drove a white Jeep Wrangler. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Staff sergeant, years 2019-2021, guilty of kidnapping, sodomy, sex assault, attempted murder with intent. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS, and Shelley Hafner, Spencer Mills 14716, Robert Kane 7224, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, who are criminally negligently involved in co-committing and covering up crimes with and for O.p.p and others who I'm about to name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, the one that assures crimes against O.p.p victims, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit, Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, Dr. Barton, Dr. Hadley, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO Coverup, and Patient Relations Brown. Justice of the peace, accusations, intimidations, threats. Their accomplices, co-offenders, ones that are guilty of drug trafficking, guilty of injured torturing, guilty of murders, attempted murders, stalking. One known as Bill Woldridge, a guy that lives at 149 Center Street North. He is approximately 60 to 70 years old, bald glasses. He used to live at 34 Water Street. He's guilty of stalking my mother and murdering her in 2020. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. He believes that he is my dad and was stalking and calling my mother mom. Highly delusional, highly psychotic, highly unarrestable sex slave trafficker for the ex-O.p.p chief. One Blair Frederick Gerbler Hardy. He is guilty of attempted murder. He is guilty of identity theft. He's guilty of stalking. He's guilty of torturing. He is guilty of rapes. He is guilty of drug trafficking. He has a meth lab in Tweed, Ontario. He is one of the two with the one known as Bill Woldridge, who has many alias names, by the way. Bill Woldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, Robert Cross, James Bubbles, and a Stephen Maven, which is a one inmate that O.p.p are possibly harboring. He is a heroin addict as well, highly psychotic, highly delusional. And once again, Blair Frederick Gerbler Hardy, he is guilty of attempted murder. He is guilty of my identity theft. He is a homosexual. He is obsessed stalker. He is guilty of welfare, disability, financial thefts and frauds, drug trafficking, and multiple murders. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, he is guilty of being involved with my identity theft. He is guilty of torture. He is guilty of drug trafficking, drug lacing between Napanee and Kingston to commit murders. He is guilty of attempted murder on me. Tyler T-Bag Lake is guilty of attempted murder. He is guilty of torture. He is guilty of being involved with my identity theft. He is a Robert Kane rat informant. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog Runt in 2023 with one Raymond LeBlanc, who is a criminal, who is guilty of criminal stalking, who is a drug trafficker, who is guilty of torturing and killing my dog with Tyler Lake in 2023, and he is guilty of attempted murder. He is a child groomer. Robert Berry, he is guilty of attempted murder. He is a drug trafficker. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is a truck driver and a possible serial killer. Dale Hartwicks, who is guilty of attempted murder, who is guilty of my identity theft, who is guilty of being now a rat informant, aiding O.p.p. for drops charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife's boyfriend. He's guilty of torture. He is guilty of identity theft with the intent to murder, along with his boyfriend, Anthony Tony and Axel Rose Hearns, who is guilty of sex assaults, attempted paralyzing me, who is guilty of attempted murder with and for O.p.p. and Hartwicks. They are drug traffickers, speedheads, meth heads, crackheads, fentanyl heads, dealers, sex offenders, sex slave traffickers, and each and every one of them are guilty of tortures and murders. I am the end of my bloodline, so you are guilty of murdering the entire Wood bloodline by doing this to me. The one known as Robert Berry and his boyfriend Robert allegedly has AIDS. He is a meth head. He allegedly has AIDS and HIV. He is a homosexual, and they are spreading their diseases around as well. So let that be known, Napanee. When people go murdered and missing, when anybody goes missing, kidnapped, sex assaulted, it is through the O.p.p. and it is through their pieces of shit who are most likely involved 5 years ago and through this and not being able to do a damn thing about it with 100% proof. How O.p.p. are getting away with their fucking lies against their victims. Lies about long criminal record and history, which is certainly not true. No association, no criminal history or record until I was previously charged through the hospital to prevent anything legal on them. And that was done in an attempt to get my pictures, print signatures, and also in an attempt to discredit me against their crimes. Lies about long psychological record and history that I certainly do not have. No association with anyone in any way, shape, or form. I had not even been to a hospital or a doctor, especially Lenox and Addington Hospital, in approximately 7 to 10 years, but prior to everything happening to me, prior to being shot by ex-O.p.p. chief on the corner of Center and Bridge Street at the lights in August of 2019 before he left. And that's when all of this began on me. Extortion arrest of $22,000 surrounding hands-on guns, the lies, the time buying, the false arrest, the kidnapping, the sex assaults, the medical blacklisting. Time has been bought, damages done, completely and totally fucking the right side of my body, injuring my lungs, injuring my kidneys, fucking the right side of my brain, causing me total hypoxia, serious fucking skull deforming, and obvious full physical identity theft with the intent to commit or to frame me as one of these pieces of fucking shit. I am a revenge retaliation victim because I spoke of O.p.p. crimes, and that's exactly why this happened to me. Each and every one of these garbage need to be arrested, but I don't have the $22,000 to give O.p.p. to get it done. They themselves need arresting and charging, along with Lenox and Addington County General Hospital. As I was saying, when people go murdered and missing, it is through the police, especially in that area. How it's being done, they're being falsely arrested and charged, they're being locked up, they're being lied about, maybe possibly being fucking whatever to get away with this, to prevent help and proof against their victims for what has taken place against them while they are going through identity theft, while they are being tortured, while they are possibly being sex slave trafficked and murdered, which is being fucking covered up by criminal doctors because of their lies. Anybody who is poor, homeless, elderly, disabled in Napanee, Ontario, I would seriously beware and be careful, because there is nothing that can be done. Once they cast their lies against you, you will be fucked, and I have proven it 100%. I am 52 years old, and I am the end of my bloodline, and now how too convenient, I have pictures where I look just like Dale fucking Hartwick, where I look just like fucking Anthony Hearns, where I look just like fucking Tyler Lake, where I look just like fucking Jason Van Alstyne, where I look just like Bert Hustler, the pieces of shit. How it's being done to me is when I was shot in August of 2019. I was shot with remote neuromonitoring, which is a nano microchip implant, because each and every one of these pieces of shit are sex offenders. They also, the R&M enables invasive surveillance. They see me doing this. They watch me 24/7, and I guarantee you they are most likely using it on others, including kids who may not be aware, because they can watch them naked, because they can watch them sleeping, because they can watch them go into the bathroom. They can watch them doing everything 24/7, and they might not even be aware of it. This is the perfect tech to the fucking sex offender pedophiles, and it is being used through the police and given to these fucking garbage who are using this on their victims. You murder elderly because you are fucking delusional pieces of shit, and one way or another, the one known as Bill Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North and Blair Frederick fucking Gerbiler Hardy, one way or another, I will see you arrested for my mother's murder, because you did stalk her, you did use R&M on her, you did cause her cancer, and you did kill her, just like Tyler Teabag fucking Lake and Raymond LeBlanc used it on my dog Runt while torturing and killing him with that intent. I've been going through this for 5 fucking years with these pieces of shit. They're all sitting around getting free fucking drugs delivered to them through the O.p.p. Blair Hardy and Bill Wooldridge are the ones that own the drug trade through the cops. Beware of that. And they have to answer for nothing. Dale Hartwick is a fucking, he is my cousin, and now he is guilty of murdering the Wood bloodline for what he is doing to me, has done to me. And if anybody wants to prove DNA or anything else, I'm more than willing to let O.p.p, the ones named, exhume my dad to prove what the fuck has been done to me and what these pieces of shit. Enough is enough. You've gotten away with too much on me. You've done too much damage to me and gotten away with it. I'm not gonna be a fucking sex slave little bastard to any of you fucking homosexual garbage any longer because you work with them for the cops. I am not going through any more identity theft and changes because you are obsessed fucking homosexual garbage. And I am not taking a fall for any of you fucking low-life criminal pieces of shit junkie sex offenders for any of your fucking crimes for mistaken identity through the police, because they have my pictures, prints, and signatures and everything else they fucking need for this. I guarantee you there's probably many that are illegally locked up through them. I guarantee you there are many locked up illegally through them. All I did is speak O.p.p crimes, and now look at this. Look what the fuck happened to me. So I hope you're happy, O.p.p. I hope you're happy, Bill Wooldridge, you fucking low-life cocksucker. Tyler Lacgh, Jason Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwicks, Tony Hearns, Ray LeBlanc, Robert Berry, and the rest of you fucking crack, meth, fentanyl, fucking pieces of shit. Every one of you fucks need to rot in hell. One way or another, I'm gonna see you locked up. I will come up with the $22,000 for O.p.p. to have it done one way or another, but it will be done. Whether time has been bought or not and damages are done, I will see each and every one of you fucks in jail where you belong for the rest of your life, along with the doctors who I plan on bringing criminal and civil lawsuits against you, very heavily lawsuits against you with 100% proof of their fucking criminal negligence, along with the police. That is no threat. Nobody can be arrested. Somebody has to pay and answer for what has fucking been done to me through them. Be safe, everybody.